Yes? Ah, hello. Good afternoon, hello. My name is Annette Finke. My name is Annette Finke, and I'm very pleased that I'm here today, giving me the possibility to show you one of our projects that was done by last year, finished by last year. I'm working at GRAFT Architects in Berlin since 16 years, serving as a senior director. So let me first tell you a little bit about GRAFT, because this office is take pride in always trying to bring together different things and working on the holistic approach of projects. So from the smallest details of a door handle to a large-scale urban design, everything is something we are interested in. So, oops. Yes, it's a little bit slow. So, this means, by the project I want to tell about today, is a project situated in Berlin at the Köpenicker Straße, and it's called Eiswerk. Because Eiswerk is the name because it was a former ice factory situated in an area that was formerly an area of an industrial area in Berlin. And now, I'm sorry, no. Oh, well, now is situated between the Köpenicker Straße, which you see with the blue dotted line, and the River Spree, which is shown by the green line, which is a very interesting field between the really lively street of the city and the greenery and the riverside of the Spree. This neighborhood was a little bit in a like sleeping after the reunion of the both sides of East and West Germany, East and West Berlin, because as you see where this bridge is, the former border between East and West Berlin came together, so it was a kind of the dead end of the former Eastern Berlin. So, but recently this plot was kind of developed with a lot of interesting projects. As you see, there are kind of interesting housing projects, there are office buildings, there are also some cafes and restaurants, but very like last recent 20 years, this situation grew. So, this is the situation as you see it now. You see here in the front, the Eiswerk is fitting in a lot of other former industrial buildings. You see the chimneys, and in front of this you also see a fully old and refurbished former industry building. So let me tell you something about neighborhood formation and space creation. The question of neighborhood formation is crucial for creating and engaging diverse spaces. The project Eiswerk demonstrates the role of architecture and urban planning in shaping the quality of a neighborhood through innovative building forms and architectural language. They create a sequence of subtle model spaces that vary in character. The orientation of facade and the interplay between open and enclosed areas guide the view and create a spatial story. It's very important for this project that it has complete public access, because it is forming an urban space that leads pedestrians from the street to the bankside of the Spree, and ideally there would be in future a green pathway along the Spree. So, how does this managed to be. So I introduce you quickly the three parts of this building in this bird view. Oops. No, in this, somehow. The pointer is not working. I don't. So in the front, you see the first brick of this project. It is a housing project and consists of two parts. One is an old existing and refurbished part of residential building, and the other is a new addition that was planned by us and built together, built a so-called Berliner Hof. It's the structure that is there in the Berlin city. The second part is that you can see is a backside of this yard, which is the former storage for ice. So it's a remaining part of this old complex, industrial complex, and is now transformed to office spaces, like also co-working offices and so on. Then, of course, we have this angled new built building, which is housing offices for an online broking company, and is this one, as you may see, is creating a very interesting in-between space configuration. So, here you see this in a picture. I skip over it. And here also you see the front part with the housing, the rear part of the yard with the office structure, and I want to tell a little bit more about the spaces that are created by the later building in the backyard. So if you come from the street side, you see you enter a very narrow corridor, and passing by this little thing over there is a cafe, and after this really narrow street, a very wide public space is opening to the user. So, short introduction of how the space was presenting itself before. You see on the right side the now transformed to office building, former ice factory where the ice blocks were stored. As you see here, this was the old together working with the ice blocks in this area, and on the right side you have the new together working in the co-working space in the same spot. And here you also have a new together of old and new buildings. Here you have on the left side, you have the shape of the former shape of the residential building at the Köpenicker Straße. And on the right-hand side, you have the new interpretation of the same structure, let's say, of the housing that was new planned by GRAFT. By the way, both, and in combination, this came up. So the renovation and the new build was both part of this project. Which is also very important is the entrance to the whole area by this funny shaped path through, because it is also, even this is making a sign to the street, hello, please come in. This is a small door to another world. So, and even in the detail where you see that the new facade comes together with the old facade, provides, I think, very well that it's a crucial thing that you have also the old structure with the old bricks material to create a unique kind of atmosphere. If you just would have the left-hand facade, it would be kind of non-lively, maybe new build, however, wherever office area, but in combination to the history and the material of the old structure, it's kind of getting a characteristic. So here I saw some pictures of how the space is used. It's really, like you see here, a lot of people work there in this area, use the space, walk around, gather around. This little mentioned cafe you can see here is very well visited and used. So people work there in the co-working spaces, grab a coffee, hang around in the area, hang around in the yard, maybe make a meeting between the flower pots. And, of course, we took this structure also into the inside and having a kind of a meeting spaces in the ground floor areas for the office building. So I skip this. Here you see how the new built office building in the backyard is creating these spaces. So it's not just a huge yard where you put around the blocks. It is it's a smart designed follow-up of different spaces that are forming the activity that is taking place. Street facade again. Here you see the narrow street from the other side, where you can feel, okay, it's first a narrow, shady one, and then it opens up first to the yard with the old ice factory, and then to the really open space where the new building is. So here you see, again, new and old together. Here you have the new facade of the new building. And I thank you very much for this evening.